You need to come now. Don't wait. The words felt like they were bouncing off her skull. You need to come now. Yes, I know, Sassi muttered. Don't wait, the memory repeated. Don't wait. I heard you. I heard you. Her voice broke as she told the windscreen she was trying her best to get there. Sassi pushed her foot down harder, clenching the steering wheel. Uncle Abe always said that driving at this time in the morning, before the sun has started to rise, and the beautiful pinks and oranges spread out across the sky, is the most dangerous time to drive. Kangaroos, wombats, even camels seem to come out at this time of the day, and inevitably, their feeding grounds would be across the road from their burrow or tree. The table drains beside the roads also held the sweetest grasses and water, especially when the flats were dry. Her foot hovered above the brake pedal in anticipation of movement. It would only take 1 second, a small lapse in concentration, and there could be some serious damage to the ute, not to mention to her and Jarrah, who was curled up in the passenger's footwell. The black hazes of midges hung near the trees that lined the road, and kamikaze bugs hurled themselves at her windscreen. Bush shadows stretched out across the black strip of road, but thankfully, so far, not one of those shadows had morphed into a kangaroo or another animal she might hit. The temperature gauge on the dash told her it was already 27 degrees outside, and Sassi pressed her fingers to the window to check. The glass was warm to touch, yet the sun hadn't risen above the horizon. She reached forward and turned the air conditioner up a notch as Jarrah started to pant. The dog's eyes closed in bliss at the coolness. I should stop, she thought, give Jarrah a drink and stretch my legs. The heaviness of her eyelids were a bit of a giveaway that she was tired after 6 hours of driving. The phone call had come several hours before, as she had put the kettle on for her nightly cup of tea. She'd been throwing a tea bag into her mug, leaning her hip against the bench. Jarrah was at her feet, tail thumping against the floor as she looked up, waiting for any crumbs that might fall. It took all of the 6-month-old pup's self-control not to move, while Sassi had her hand held in a stop sign. Jarrah's little body was quivering in readiness at the first sign she could move. When her ringtone, Kaylee Bell's Keith, had ripped through the kitchen, causing her to jump, Sassi knew there was something amiss. No one called so late at night. The photo that had been taken last Christmas of her and Abe flashed onto the screen, and her first thought had been, which one is it? Which grandparent? It's bad, Sassi, her uncle told her when she answered. Her hands shaking, she'd slid down next to Jarrah and buried her fingers in the Kelpie's caramel fur. What's happened? Not sure. Dad managed to raise the alarm, but... His voice had trailed off, and Sassi realised her kettle was screaming a high-pitched whistle above her. Sticking a finger in her ear and ignoring the sound, she stayed where she was. The Ambo couldn't say much, but he suggested we get everyone together as quickly as we can. I've rung your mother. Sassi snorted. She won't be much use. Sassi. As always, Abe's calm and conciliatory tone didn't change. Sassi was angry, and he was the peacemaker. She's going to be on the first plane that she can get out of South Africa. She'd probably prefer the borders were still shut so she didn't have to come back. Abe had ignored her comments. You need to come now, he said. Don't wait.